Welcome to the second and final part of Gleylancer, aka Advanced Buster Hawk Gleylancer, aka Gleylancer, as in there's a space between Gley and Lancer, aka, and it should be properly called Gleylancer, as in the color gray. This stage, which is a rather blatant ripoff of Star Wars even down to the background music's name, is a pretty chill stage, I will admit. There's nothing to worry about here. You mainly have to dodge laser gates which will switch on and off, and will occasionally start to move in and out of the stage itself, which you have to be careful about. You can adjust your ship's speed. You got 4 different notches for your speed bar. You got insanely fast, and then you got insanely slow, and then the 2 settings in between. I usually just go for the 3rd setting because that's the one I'm familiar with, or at least I can control the ship without crashing into anything. These gunships are bizarre. You destroy them and the turrets stay in the air for a second, then they drop down, like it's some sort of Wile E. Coyote skit or something. Here are the laser gates, or lightning gates, whatever. It's all a matter of going back and forth so that you don't get destroyed. There are also going to be tiny enemies that spawn from the right of the screen. They go down in one shot. I'm not sure if the part I'm thinking of is coming up right now. Actually, yes it is, getting the twin shots. You have to weave in and out of the laser gates here. This part is actually pretty cool. Well, other than the fact that the frames per second is actually kind of ruined here, you're not seeing all the laser gates. It looks like I'm weaving in between invisible laser gates and active laser gates. Trust me, it looks better in person, or if the video had any quality. Anyway, this boss is somewhat easy. I forgot this guy's patterns already. Well, it's better to see what this guy does. Oh. Wow, that's really underwhelming, actually. All the bosses in this game are freaking easy, except for the final boss. This guy's strategy is to just shoot lasers. That's pretty much it. I guess there's that little pod helper thing along the side too, but it doesn't really do anything, so it doesn't matter. Lucia! Lieutenant? That was a selfish thing you did. There's no excuse for what I've done, but well, at least you're safe. We'll be joining you presently. Huh? The captain is requesting permission from the Federation headquarters for a fleet sortie. Should they decline, I'll come myself. Lieutenant. Lucia, don't get yourself killed. You say there will be reinforcements, but the girl is still on her own for the rest of the game. She's pretty much Rambo in a spaceship. Anyway, stage 7, the ice caverns. It's not a bad level, but it's definitely one of the more boring stages in the game. I like the music though, but everything else about this screams generic. You got these ice boulders to shoot at, and they're just ice boulders to shoot at. They're nothing really special. I will give the stage credit in that you don't just scroll to the right. You actually start going down, and then to the left, and then going up, and then back to the right. It's a really bizarre stage, but the ice caverns in general, is just generic. And when I say the ship starts going down and to the left, it's literally you going down and to the left. You don't even turn the ship around to face any of those directions. You're still facing the right. Lucia, turn your damn ship around, please! The Gleylancer has wings, and the weapons are mounted forward, so why isn't Lucia taking advantage of the situation and turning the ship around? Oh, she really is a novice pilot. You can, however, switch your movers to the correct setting in order to shoot the ice blocks down below, and in some cases above you when you're going up. I don't know what these spaceships are supposed to be. They're just blowing out ice or frost. I think that... Do those puffs of smoke even kill you? I don't even know. I guess it's something I need to try out eventually. Oh good, the saber weapon. I actually need it for this part. There are turrets on the walls here, but that's not really your biggest concern. You have to worry about the ice wall that's coming from above. Still can't find a way to turn the ship around, can you, Lucy? Anyway, this part you have to aim your movers up in order to not crash into the walls. At least this level fits the trope of harsh, snowy area for Christmas. I don't know what to say about that. It just fits the season too well.
A huge enemy stands in your way.
The Snow Worm. This guy has two phases to him. The first form is him throwing out fucking bubbles at you, which you can destroy. Yeah, it's not really that threatening at all. And the second phase is him trying to ram into you, which is also not that threatening at all since you can move around. Pretty standard boss. Like I said before, all the bosses in this game are really pathetic. But then the final boss can kick your ass if you're not careful. This boss even dies pathetically too. He doesn't explode, he just kind of breaks into a million pieces and disappears. Stage 8, the Bizarro World. This stage is relatively safe, but if you're playing on harder difficulties, it can kill you a whole bunch. You have to start dodging the environment itself. These Phantom Zone block things just come in from the edges of the screen. Coming into contact with those blocks will kill you, and you cannot shoot them down neither. You have to strictly dodge them. We'll be seeing that in a minute. Right now I have to dodge turrets as well as missiles that look like octopuses. Octopi. Whatever the plural is for octopus. This background reminds me of another Japanese Sega Genesis shooter. I forgot what the game was, but the premise was pretty similar to this one in that you play as a teenage girl and you're blowing shit up. If only I could remember the damn name. And what was unique about that game is that you're controlling a transformable mech. No, it wasn't Lucia. Oh, fuck, what was the name? Was it called Arrow Flash? Oh, okay, it was Arrow Flash. The game was called Arrow Flash, and this background reminds me of one of the levels from that game. And the concept of a female pilot saving the day is shared between both games, which actually is shared between a lot of Sega Genesis games, honestly. Sega loves girls. Wait, what? Yeah, we know, Samus Aran was the originator of female protagonist and badassery and female characters, and yes, but Sega just did it more often, even though they came after Samus. And can we even consider Samus the first one? I mean, there's always Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man! Oh, she's just a sphere with legs and a bow? Okay, never mind. Okay, here are the Phantom Zone blocks, or as the game calls them, flying rocks. I mean, seriously, those are Phantom Zone blocks. Don't tell me that that's not General Zod in there. But anyway, you have to avoid these rocks, and you have to be really quick too, because if you're on that other side of the screen, you're pretty much screwed, because there's no way to get down if you get trapped in there. Ah, I hate this part. This is the worst part of the game, honestly, because there are moments where you could just get... You think the rocks are going one way, and then it turns out they're going another way, and you could get trapped. And if you play this on Mania, it's damn near impossible to complete. Like this section right here. There are just 2 rows, but in Mania there are 4 rows alternating between up and down. And there's barely any there's barely any room to move. Damn. And there's more of them, but this is the end of the section. Again, you can't shoot these things down, you have to move completely around them.
A huge enemy stands in your way.
Here's the boss of this stage, who is pretty generous enough to give you power-ups. I'm not sure what this boss is supposed to be, but it looks like he's heavily modeled after the Hindu god Vishnu. He's the same story as the rest of the bosses. He'll shoot these sonic waves that will chase you around the screen, but they'll waver off eventually. And note that the boss couldn't even get 2 shots off and he's already dead. What is the difficulty curve? And also the power-ups are still on screen for some reason. Stage 9. Now, to be fair, the game does get harder from here on out, but we're approaching our final 3 levels of Gleylancer, and the stage design itself tends to become a bit more, let's just say, cheap. Now, don't worry, you do have unlimited continues in this game no matter what difficulty you're playing on, so beating Advanced Buster Hawk Gleylancer is just a matter of patience. Wait, what did he say? I didn't even understand what the ship's computer said. Ah, good old Sega Genesis voice samples. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some really good Sega Genesis voice samples. But other times it sounds like a chain smoker is gargling Listerine, and it's not good. This game is pretty much the chain smoker. Good attempt, but still, it doesn't sound good. Changing subjects, the stage is kind of a pain. It's basically broken into 2 sections. This part right here with the turrets on the conveyor belts, as well as on the walls and ceilings, they could get you if you're not careful. And you get to fight a mini-boss here too. That's wonderful. And then the second part of the stage turns into Life Force with the regenerating walls. I'm not sure how to explain it, but you'll see it in a couple of minutes. What you want to do with the turrets is shoot them as fast as possible. When they come on screen, kill them, because they will flood the screen with bullets, and that's never a good thing in shoot 'em ups, because they'll die quickly and everything will become chaos. Oh no, these enemies are annoying. These pods will shoot in multiple directions. Horizontally, vertically, diagonally, it doesn't really matter, they just shoot all over the place. And what's annoying about those enemies is that they always show up at pretty much the most inconvenient times to flood the screen with bullets. Oops, I forgot the boss opens up with that move. What this boss does is he likes to hop around the arena and he likes to shoot a lot. And that's basically it. I'm not sure if I guess not, I just answered my own question. The exhaust ports don't actually kill you when you make contact with them. And also, side note, but doesn't this look like a freaking recognizer from Tron? This completely looks like a recognizer. After enough lasers to the face, the main compartment just kind of runs away. Like a bitch. He's gonna be the final boss of this stage. Here's the Life Force section of this stage. You have to shoot these, Actually, I don't even think they regenerate. They just stay away forever. Yeah, you just have to shoot the walls here. I think the walls do regenerate on higher difficulties, but don't quote me on that. I know it doesn't on normal now. I'm still learning new things about this game. I only just started playing this again recently. And that was after 10 years of not playing it on the Wii Virtual Console. But no, seriously, a good question would be, if you could get fucking Advanced Buster Hawk Gleylancer onto modern consoles, why can't Nintendo, for the love of Christ, get Mother 3 in America, and make Chugga Conroy, the happiest man on Earth, even happier than normal? It's like, seriously, companies look down on emulators, and for good reason. It is technically piracy, and piracy is bad, but release the damn games all over the world. That way we can play them. That didn't stop Castlevania 4 from getting released here, or Chrono Trigger, or ActRaiser, or Dead or Alive, most of them, or Final Fantasy 2 and 3, also known as 4 and 6. We still don't know why 5 wasn't released here initially.
Stands in your way.
You don't say, computer AI voice. This boss is actually broken into 2 sections. This first part is basically a wall that you have to shoot down multiple sections of in order to progress. The walls will shoot out these lasers, which will one-shot you, pretty much like everything else in this whole entire game. I don't know why I stated the obvious there. But you have to dodge the lasers in a set pattern. Oh, there's suddenly a draft in here. Oh shit, it's the Gleylancer! R-Type ripoff. Just straight up R-Type ripoff. But a better question would be, who is actually supposed to be piloting the Gleylancer? It's not supposed to be Lucia, and I don't even know who else is left in the Earth Federation to actually do the job, other than Lucia, and she's just in training. Lucia, Lucia, can you hear me? Lucia, Father, is that you? We're being pursued by enemy fighters. Our shields won't last much longer. Hold on, Father. I'll be there soon. Good luck. Stage 10 is awesome, and it also sucks because the reason why it's awesome is that you finally get to save your father, who is the commander, but the reason why it's bad is you got these one-time enemies that will latch onto your movers and prevent them from firing, which can get you killed. Why did I die there? That was really stupid on my part. And the background is also boring too. Weren't we just in a space level? Now we're in another space level. Only the stars are going faster this time. Those dropships are indestructible, by the way. You can't destroy those. You also can't shoot down those green pods that will stop your movers from shooting. You have to wait for them to buzz off. As you can tell, this part is rather tense because of the green things that won't leave you the hell alone. Oh crud. Oh crud. What, am I censoring myself now? Number 4? You honestly cannot have these shot blockers anywhere. Oh fuck, I'm screwed. Well, it's game over. Not really, it's just a life loss, but still, like, that's bullshit. I hate enemies like that. Let me position it in a way where at least one of my pods are blocked, and I can just shoot with the other one. And before anybody asks, I'm not using save states. You can actually see the life counter go down. I'm just cutting out the parts where I actually have to go back to a checkpoint. Which on the final stage, I die a lot. So it's probably a good thing I cut all those deaths out. Or all those times I have to go back to a checkpoint out. Because that boss is bullshit. What the fuck killed me that time? Did Lucy just press the self-destruct button, or just like, oh, I'm done living, I guess. Goodbye, cruel world, galaxy. Okay, I will be honest and say that space shooters and shoot-em-ups are probably at the lower end of my skill list. I'm kind of good at space shooters, but then again, I seem to take a lot of hits or just die out of nowhere because I'm reckless. But this boss, for all intents and purposes, is pretty easy if you don't cock it up. He shoots bullets in a predictable pattern towards you. Father, thank God you're alive. Lucia. Lucia! Admiral! TM, Eddie. Anybody else wants their name called? The enemy's main force is gathering nearby. Now's our chance. You say that, but what are the odds of defeating them? What are you saying? You came all this way by yourself. That's right, and the enemy forces are steadily increasing. This may be our only chance. Father. Lucia, time for another roll call. I'll go, and I will definitely return alive. And I just secured the good ending. Now on to stage 11, which is probably the oddest number for a video game to end on. But first, I'm going to show the bad ending. The Admiral can go down during this boss fight, and it takes a while for him to explode. This capsule is one tough sumbitch. You have to purposefully draw the enemy's fire towards the capsule as the flagship is mostly targeting you. There we go, the Pops' ship is down. Damn, Lucia, you're a terrible daughter. The flagship will get away, but you can either just shoot it or let it go. It's up to you. Father! Lucia! Father's capsule. Leave the Admiral to us. You take care of the enemy. The enemy's main force is assembling. Only the Gleylancer can match them now. We cannot waste even a moment. Father, Shirley, you're still alive. This is not just about the Admiral. We're in this to save everyone. You're right. I can do this. And you go on to stage 11 as normal. But the end cutscene is radically different from the one you get when you save the Admiral. Have a look. Well, that was fucked. I didn't want to see Lucia cry. Come on, game. Also, for some reason, the bad ending to this game is way harder to get than the good ending. I don't know how that's even possible. It's usually in reverse. The only other game that does that is Streets of Rage 1. The bad ending where you actually need a second player and you both have to choose the opposing answer and fight each other in order to get the bad ending. Yeah, that was a weird choice. Anyway, this final boss here, or this final section is pretty easy actually. But on higher difficulties, it's a nightmare. You got all of the minor bosses that made appearances earlier, or I guess they weren't minor bosses, they were just a part of the stage. They're just airships and battleships, I guess. But they come back and they try to kill you. This formation of airship here, you can squeeze in between the laser volleys, but I just try to kill them as quickly as possible. Okay, this may sound weird, but I'm pretty sure this level had a different music track. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. We're almost at the end of this game, and I forgot to mention the creators of Gleylancer, Messiah Games. They are... I guess they're relatively known, but not really. Most of their games seem to be stuck in Japan. Messiah Games published Battletoads in Japan. That was their publisher over there. And yeah, everything else was kind of relatively mediocre or average at best. They made Target Earth, aka Assault Suit Lanos, which was... that game was fucking hard. That's probably like the hardest Sega Genesis game of all time. And they also made another Sega Genesis game based off an anime called Devil Hunter Yoko, which I've never actually played. I've seen the show, or it's only a couple of episodes, but I've seen the show before. It was alright. Also, that anime game was never released in America, for probably a good reason. Anyway, this final boss here sucks. He truly sucks. Okay, his first form is not that bad, but his second form? Fuck. Here's the second form. Here's why I hate the second form. You barely have any room to move. You need to be lucky and be in a space where there's more room to navigate, otherwise you're gonna get screwed. And that may never happen for you. It's completely random as to where the laser gates start and end, and you may very well get killed. This third form right here is easier, but it's still annoying. You have to dodge these bullets and lasers, which can trap you in a... wow, I can't talk today. They can trap you in certain spots. This third form is interesting. It will turn from a giant biomechanical brain into a giant marble or ball, which will multiply into multiple balls and try to ram into you. That's illegal, by the way. You have to dodge those balls, or marbles, wherever they are. And the way the marbles track you is kind of like they're trying to cut you off. Like, if you ever played Pac-Man, wow, it's like my second Pac-Man reference in this game alone. If you play Pac-Man, you know about the character Pinky and how she likes to cut you off. You basically have to do a 180 in order to not run into those balls. That boss is, you know, kind of cheap. Mostly that second form is what kicks your ass, but you'll learn to adapt and hopefully get past that part because, yeah, I don't know what else to say about that boss. He just sucks. And this ending is really awesome. I was thinking to myself, why do I like this game so much? And I think the reason is because of the ending. It's just really, really good. And also, I'm pretty sure one of the side characters in the next image is just straight up not wearing any pants. I am dead serious. You look at the next image. Where are her pants? What is going on here? I'm pretty sure those are not in uniform standards. Do we have to call you Captain Commando from now on? As in you're not wearing any... Anyway. Yeah, that was Gleylancer. Such a fun game, and it's a shame that it's never been released until more recently for some stupid reason. But yeah, it's just... you should pick up this game. It's literally $7 on modern consoles. The PlayStation 5, the Switch, the PlayStation 4... Xbox, just get the damn game, please. And yeah, there was no sequel to this game, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately if you're cynical enough, because I do like this game and I kind of wanted to see more of this universe, but then again, sequels tend to suck, and maybe it was for the best that this was a one-off, and a classic one-off at that. Awkward silence is awkward. Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year! No, seriously, the silence is killing me inside.